Yes, we are live. Welcome everyone. This is Yogi Speaks Live session number 34. Thank you again for your great participation in our WhatsApp group. We have received a lot of questions for today as well. So let's begin with the first question from Lomas sir. Namaste Guruji. If divine plan is in action, what is the actual purpose or efficacy of performing astrological remedies?
Namaste. Oh, it's a nice question. Answer I have to give you as two. The first answer, if you ask me, or the answer for this question from my side, no. There is no need of any astrological remedies. But considering ordinary people who are not established into yoga and meditation, answer is yes. So let me explain you, because it's a very strategic question. First thing, like in India, there are countless gods and thousands of temples. All over the world, there are many belief systems, and God is explained and expressed in different ways. Churches are there, mosques are there, gurudwaras are there, and many things are there to avail the efficacy or the effect of God. So if you ask me whether these limited things are, or the man-made things are necessary for getting in contact with God, I will say no. I am not saying no. This is what is said in our tradition. If you see Bhagavad Gita, very clearly concluding that idam shariram kaundeya kshetramitya vidiyade. Through the medium of God, Krishna, Vedavyasa, who wrote Mahabharata, is declaring that, hey, reader, or Arjuna is representing the reader. Hey, reader, idam shariram, your body is the manifested form of God. Kshetra is the temple. Then if body is the temple, where is the God? God is sitting inside. Aham Brahmasmi. I am the God. Then if somebody says, okay, if you are the God, then that person can say, Tattvamasi, you too are that. So in that higher level of experience, there is no need of any kind of mediums. Whether it is astronomical things or astrological things or spiritual means to connect yourself with God. For a yogi, nothing is relevant if you reach that level. But for a bhogi, people who are materially entangled, yes, these things are relevant. So how these things are relevant? This is what is called placebo effect. When a person goes to a temple, believing that the God, the idol which is in the temple, will answer his questions or find or give solutions for his problems. Suppose a person who is having a serious disease like cancer, doctor said, sorry, medicines are not affecting, body is not reacting to medicine. So doctors are helpless. Doctors may say, oh, that person, you inform your relatives, your time is maximum 3 days, 3 months, or 3 years. Okay, go to palliative care or have some painkillers. Yes, doctors can say that. But what will be the situation of the person who is diseased? He cannot simply give up like that. Then he will go to a temple or a mosque or a church or a gurudwara thinking that there is a God which is beyond all limitations. Yes, his thinking is correct. That is the reality. The infinity, the God is everywhere. That God is in the body as well as outside. So, but this person, Bhogi, materially entangled, limited person, cannot explore that dimension of mind. So he needs a medium. So when he goes to the temple, he believes that there is a God sitting there. He focuses his mind on the idol. What's happening? His mind is getting focused with a medium or a symbol of God. That's why in Sanskrit it is called Vigraha. Visheshena grahyade idi Vigraha. Visheshena means you have to have an elaborate understanding about the idol. What do you mean by idol? An object which is containing a profound idea is called idol. Vigraha means that profound idea is already inside to be absorbed or to be understood. So here, when he focuses his mind on that object, thinking that his God is, solving his problem, he is supporting him to come out from his excruciating pain. That power of belief through the medium of God will work like a powerful medicine, which is called the placebo effect. Like one person who has very, very strong faith on a doctor, and he thinks that this doctor is the best in the world, and he has certain, he loves me. So he's fully confident about that doctor. He's approaching to the doctor with a headache. The doctor came to know this guy is stressed. That is why he is having the headache. But the person feel that, oh, I have a headache, maybe a rupture inside, so I should go for a scanning. He may have the fear like that. When he approaches to the doctor came to know it is because of the stress. If he has sleep, it will be over. Then what the doctor will do? If doctor says to him that, oh, there is nothing wrong, you go and sleep, the person will not be very happy. Then the strategic doctor will take a particular medicine. It may not be medicine, distilled water or something, and show something and saying that, okay, this is your medicine for the headache. It is a powerful medicine, but have 5 drops, 4 or 5 drops in a glass of water, drink and have a nap. You see, it is only distilled water, but the patient is thinking that it's a very effective medicine given to me by the well-experienced doctor. With that belief, that distilled water, he will pour 5 drops on one glass of water, and he will drink, thinking that I am going to be healed. With that belief, he will go and sleep. It will work. This is what is called placebo effect. So the astronomical, supports or objects and calculations and the God concepts all are working or in the domain of the placebo effect. So as a yogi, I will say no, but as for yogis, I will say yes. But you must understand the science behind it. Blindly thinking that you take one, ruby and make a garland and put on your neck, thinking that the stars and planets will solve all problems for you, simply keeping a ruby in your body. I don't think it will work. But if you have faith on that, try. But end of the day, manomayamidam sarvam. Everything is in your mind. If it works, That is your effort. If it is not working, your limit. Everything is depending on our effort.
Thank you, Guruji. So the next question, how does one cultivate detachment and emotional well-being without becoming passive or indifferent to the world?
It is pure yoga. When you meditate, you will detach yourself from the limited knowledge of material manifestation. Like when you meditate, you will be focusing on the body using mind. Mind is being focused. So when you come to know the matter is, or the matter from which body is evolved is the limited manifestation of your own mind. So you will go beyond the plane of matter. Then you will reach to the domain of mind. Then from the mind, you will go higher dimensions. You will go to the prana, energy level. When you reach to the energy level, you will come to know there is a sound, Brahma level, Nada Brahma. So what are things happening? When you go beyond the body, you are being detached from the matter. When you go beyond the mind, you are being detached from the mind. When you go beyond the mind, then you are, when you go to the pranic plane, you left from the mind. So here how you are standing on the first step and you have your own facilities and luxuries. Then you came to know there is a step, second step. So you climb to the second step. What happened? You already left the first plane or the first step. Connections are taken out or you are detached from that. You connected yourself to the second step. When you see the third step, you are leaving the second step. Like that, detachment is not created in the mind. It is happening through meditation. Now, I am completely attached into the material plane because I have my body. Connected to my body, I have a wife. Connected to the wife and myself, we have 2 children. That is what is called family. Then, based on that family, we have a business. Almost more than 100 people working with us. So that's a bigger, larger family. Then as that larger family, then it is connected to the district, Trivandrum district, Kerala state, India, country of India. So like that it's explained, expanding. But see, the moment I die, what's happening? The feeling of I, me and mine, or my soul left this matter, body. Then all these things I was connected, gone. That means all my attachments are fundamentally connected to body made of matter. Anytime the energy from this body can leave. Once it is left, nothing connected to the body is existing because this body is either taken to the dome or it is taken to the crematory ground. What does it mean? Or some beliefs they will throw to birds. So here fundamentally all are detached. But we have a feeling that we are connected to everybody, everything, we possess this. That ignorance is the real trouble. When you meditate, we will leave that ignorance and we will become aware of the reality. What is reality? Nobody is attached to anything. It is only an intermediate connection, temporary connection in this matter level. Once the consciousness go beyond the dimension of matter, we will come to know we are not at all entangled or connected. That is the Maya. Whatever may be the technical things I am using or terminologies I am using, but nobody can understand what Maya is. It's an illusion. If you want to tear the veil of ignorance, Maya, you have to meditate. When you go beyond the intellect, you will come to know what is the difference between attachment and detachment. Technically, as an experienced person, I can say there is no difference. It's like a child who is seeing the wonderful infinite ocean and seeing that, oh, countless waves are there. And what is the difference between the waves and the ocean? For that child, it's different. But a person who has got minimum knowledge about the ocean will come to know waves are nothing but a temporary ups and downs of water. There is no difference. So like that, attachment, detachment must be understood through a higher consciousness. There we will come to know what the reality is.
Thank you, Guruji. Next question from Shobha ma'am. Namaste, Guruji. I wanted to ask your guidance. During meditation, I sometimes feel subtle vibrations in my body. Is this considered a normal energy movement? I just want to understand it better. How do I know if I have cleared the blocks?
No need to think you can clear the blocks. When we try to find or try to see a block in the body to be cleared, then the mind will produce a block. It's very technical. Just for example, if I present you my phone, it's a magical phone. Just imagine, just for our conversation. So I presented you, it's a magical phone. The difference is, or the speciality is, any number you dial with this phone, immediately that person will be present in front of you. That is the magic. You dial your friend who is living in America or in India, that immediately the person will be available for you. That is the magic. But one condition, before you dial the number, you should not think of something. Maybe you should not think of a monkey. Okay, you should not think of a monkey before you dial. Now you ask yourself, when you can dial a number in this phone? The moment you take the phone to dial a number, you will think, oh, I should not think of a monkey. That means you already thought of a monkey. Correct. So if you want to keep yourself away from the blocks, you should forget about the blocks. Then how you can forget it? Fix your mind on something else. Like for this phone, if you are not supposed to think of a monkey, I should say, oh, before you dial the number, you think of a lion who is very, very powerful. Think of a lion and dial a number. Then it will be possible. You will take and you see, there is a lion's image, then you dial. Naturally, what's happening? The memory of the monkey is being taken out from the mind. Same way, you focus your mind saying that I am the infinity. I am the infinity. You are really meditating to experience infinity. Yes, sometimes some vibrations will come. You observe it thinking that it is like a wave in the ocean. I am not the wave. I am the ocean. When that thought dominates, the thinking that I am the ocean, the waves are vanishing. It is the concept is being eliminated. Same way, if you have a pain somewhere in the body, like a vibration or irritating pain, just you observe it and think that nothing is permanent. I am the infinity. Then you can make sure that within that thought, or within few seconds, or within few days, it will not, prolong more than 2 days. I had gone through many ups and downs. But except some serious transformations, the uneasiness will not remain, either a headache or a back pain or a triggering vibration or something. It will be there for maximum 24 hours or maximum 48 hours. So no need to bother about the blocks and the enhancement. Just meditate and focus on your mantra. If you use a mantra, or you see how you are guiding your prana through pranayama, that is enough. That is why in Vedas it is clearly said, when you meditate, whatever comes, you should say neti. Neti means not this, not this. Neti, neti. Like that, when you improve in meditation or advance in meditation, you will feel exactly what is you are searching for, which is beyond your limited mind. You will experience it, but nobody will explain what it is. So no need to bother about the blocks and this energy flows. Just Sakshi Rupena Darshanam. Then you be a witness of things which are happening within you.
Thank you, Guruji. Next question. Are Sukshma Sharir and subconscious mind the same?
Almost. Because Sthula Shariram is the body made of matter. We have 5 bodies according to yoga and Ayurveda. They are called Panja Kosha or Panja Sharira. Panja means 5. First is Annamaya Kosham, body made of solid molecules and liquid molecules. Then Pranamaya Kosham, body made of energy. Then Manomaya Kosham, body made of mental consciousness. Kosha means consciousness or dimension. Then Vijnanamaya Kosham, something or the knowledge which is beyond the duality. Then Anandamaya Kosham, something which is beyond sound and matter. So Sukshma Shariram is starting from the Pranamaya Kosha. Only Sthula Shariram is Annamaya, the tangible body. From that Pranamaya Kosham, energy body starts. That is what is called Sukshma Sharira, pranic body. But to a certain extent, we can say this physical body, when we go to the sub-microscopic level, we can say even in this physical plane, we can see an invisible dimension. But prana is beyond even our microscopes. It's pure energy vibrations or molecules which can be caught through magnetometer or Kirlian camera or biophoton camera. Through these 3 mediums, now we can trace out the energy body, Sukshma Shariram. Earlier, people were thinking that the concept of Sukshma Shariram, the subtle body, was an exaggeration or a primitive belief. But now, modern, ultra-modern equipments proved that there is a dimension which is around 3 feet away from our physical body is available as Sukshma Shariram. So magnetometer is the best instrument through which this energy body, the subtle body, Sukshma Shariram, can be recorded. It is there and it is relevant.
Thank you, Guruji. Next question from Renuka Devi ma'am. What is Shivaloka? Does it really exist?
Again, I have 2 answers. First answer, no. Second answer, yes. For an ordinary person who is thinking through intellect, there is no Shivaloka exists. But for a yogi, that is the only loga exists. So that's why first answer is no, second answer is yes. You know the meaning Shiva? That is a part of the Panchakshari mantra, Na Ma Shivaya. People will all, in India, most of the people will say Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya. What does it mean? Na represents the earth, Ma represents water, Shi, heat, fire, Va, Vayu, air, and Ya, the sound. Earth, water, fire, air, and ether, space. Na, Ma, Shi, Va, Ya. So Na is the material plane, physical body made of solid materials and liquid materials. Ma is energy body, which is usually beyond the ordinary eyes. Then Shi is the heat, which cannot be seen but can experience. Va is subtle than heat, Vayu. We know it's there, but not visible. Then Ya is the space between two molecules. If there is no space between two molecules or two particles, that particle will become one. So in each and every particle, we can see a gap. So that is what is called space or ether. According to modern science, that ether is not very much discussed, but in ancient science, ether, the highest, is very much discussed and advised to explore also. So the relevance of Shi is fire, Va is air. These two elements are very visible in our system. Without food, we can survive for many days. Without water, around 2 days. Without water and food. But without heat, we can survive for around 8 hours. But without air, not more than 2.5 minutes to 3 minutes. So the fire and air are really very subtle and effective. But without this complementing each other, without the complementing each other of these two elements, life cannot survive. When we have a food, what is happening? Once food is taken inside, our bioheat will start disintegrating it. And that heat and disintegration process will be supported by the air we breathe. It is happening in the subtle level. Yes, when you see the wildfire in the forest, how things are happening, maybe some places a branch of a tree must be, rubbing on a rock, or the branches are rubbing each other. So a spark will come. The spark will be caught by the dried leaves. The dry leaves will catch fire. Then the small fire will produce little air. That air will complement the fire. Again, the fire will be fired up. So like that, complementing this fire and air, then it will go to the wild fire, which can destroy hectares and hectares. So this is the action between the fire and air, which is represented as Shi and Va. There is a dimension existing in nature for these two elements which are complementing each other, which technically referred as Shiva Logam. Logam means dimension of existence. So this dimension is a complementary effect of fire element and air element. In our body, the temperature, the heat and the air, then from there we can go to Nada Brahman, or the ether, or the dimension of space. So Shiva Logam is there for a yogi, but for a person, bogi, not meditating and experiencing the higher plane, that loga is not existing.
Thank you, Guruji. So that's the end of our session today. Thank you so much for all your questions. We'll be again back on Wednesday, December 10th, same time, 10:30 a.m. IST. Thank you so much. Namaste.
Namaste.